Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Tonight, we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first down. Lacy going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm going to hit you all.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he fires one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. 3rd and long, it's Smith. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. On 2nd and 7, Smith firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go!
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Looking to throw. Lacy, and that will be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Page. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing on third down, Smith. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
And now here come the Raiders. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
18, Gator. 50. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, Crockett, and an alley to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Crockett. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play. Well, in his rookie year, those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Crockett. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Let it go. Defense. And who we got? Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down. Lacy. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Lacy throwing the out route incomplete. It's Kennedy. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. So they run with Crockett, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses, understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now they try the right side here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 52.
Throwing is Smith. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Smith now to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Now it's Smith. He's got Thompson here, complete. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Beal.
Jackrabbit.
This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A 7-yard touchdown grab. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you're trying to do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Lacy. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects...
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, look your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Throw left side complete. It's Fisher. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And Sanders now to return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
30 base.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. So we have come to, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 10, Smith. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
94.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Beal. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
On first down, it's Smith. His throw caught right around the 6. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Taking it in from 4 yards out. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Back to throw. Lacy. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Lacy. Wide open receiver, complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders, 44 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Lacy into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job. Finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, Delta.
To throw is Smith. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He's definitely making his mark early in the year from the tight end position. 2 games played, 2 touchdowns.
And from what I've seen on tape so far this year, his ability to use the fakes well, his body in the red zone, they should continue to look his way through the entire season.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Lacy. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
94.
On 1st and 10, Lacy. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Again on the ground, again Crockett.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Looking to throw. Lacy throwing the out route and complete. That's Kennedy. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to throw. Lacy into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, If you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Off the play fake, Lacy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a loose football.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Smith. That is intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
He's cracked.
Second and 5. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. You're just going to pick up a holding call.
This is Crockett. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Going right side here, and that's complete. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Lacy, throw left side, complete. That's Fisher. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is. I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first down, Lacy throwing right, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Eluding the pressure right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off at his own 47. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Push him back.
Throwing again. Lacy. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Smith going to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now comes the field goal unit on. And, boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. And they say officially it's a 68-yard attempt. And this stadium is abuzz after that one, understandably so. I cannot believe he hit that thing.
And you can't help but think back to Tom Dempsey. And his record stood for, 43 years until Matt Prater broke it. And now here's a new record. And I'm with you. I cannot believe that ball went through the posts.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Lacy, he's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cincinnati, it was a